We open on a clear and starry night sky. The waning moon shines down on Westcrown, the city of Twilight. The night air is warm, a blessed relief from the baking sun of the late summer. The city's skyline at night is dominated by the Catata Nesudidia on Westcrown's southern peninsula, its great crystal skylight glowing a sinister red. As we move north and away from the Cathedral of Asmodeus, we move along the western side of land-based Westcrown, barring the Isle of Westcrown in the Aduvian River, and along the docks of Rego Scripa. We can see a torchlight from above, an aura of light illuminating a group of people dressed in black. We see 3 distinctly different looking people moving through the streets. A human woman, a halfling person, and a tengu whose black feathers are reflecting the torchlight. And behind them, we can see 2 other people. Anna, hello. What does Lowen look like?
So, Lowen is a masculine-appearing Hellspawn Nephilim, standing around 5'11", with blue skin, tail, and horns that curl backwards. He's got long, wavy white hair that reaches past his shoulders, and completely black eyes. Some facial piercings. He's got a septum, industrials, and a nose bridge piercing. Typically, he wears a more simple white button-up with black trousers and black suspenders, simple black shoes. And when he rolls up his sleeves, you can see what looks like scales on the back of his forearms. But tonight, he wears all black and as much skin is covered as possible.
And moving quickly next to you is a young human man. Man is not the right word. Morosino, or Morris to his friends, is very much still a teenager, probably like 15 years old. Sort of on the cusp of adulthood in this setting, 16. Although, consider 16-year-olds adults today is very funny.
Yeah.
He is a sort of scrawny young fellow with tanned olive skin tone and a black mop of hair, and very much trying hard to grow some peach fuzz on his upper lip. The crew are hurriedly moving through the streets, and we can see they're mostly focused ahead, but Lowen, to your side, you see Morris sort of like looking back, looking behind, looking left and right. His eyes on the shadows, his eyes still wide and worried about what might come out of these shadows at night in Westcrown.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually you find your destination, a warehouse. It is a shady and not very much used part of the docks here in Rego Scripa alongside the river. And as we come to this warehouse, we begin to hear the water lapping against the docks, and the crew sort of move out around, down to the water and out to a door, and look around and turn to you. The human woman, Ninai, speaks. Does she have any identifying features? She's the muscle.
Yeah, she's the muscle, and I think definitely often shows her arms as a sort of warning to people. Maybe tonight is a bit more covered up, but has like sort of on the ginger hair, but like on the darker side, like long sort of just past her shoulders. Yeah.
So, she, like, cracks her fingers. This place?
Yeah, this one.
The halfling person, V, nods and goes over to the door and sort of hunches over. It doesn't need to crouch down or kneel down or anything, and begins picking the lock on the door.
Yeah, Lowen will obviously watch them, but also will look around and like sort of like try and look and listen for anything. Not just the things that might come out of the shadows, but also just anyone who maybe is in the area and is curious as to what these people are doing here.
It's in a matter of moments, V is able to click the lock into the warehouse, and it opens up.
I think Lowen will sort of reach down to sort of pat them on the shoulder, like, well done. Everyone, be careful, be quiet. You know what you're looking for. Maurice, you stand outside, keep watch.
The almost man. That doesn't sound right. We can't say old boy, he's too old for that.
Yeah.
The teenage man. No. The teenager nods.
Just teenager.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
The teenager nods and sort of puts his shoulders back, stands next to the door, begins to look out as the four of you move in. The Tengu, the black-feathered Tengu, sort of leans over to you, Lowen, and says, well, what are we looking for again?
Alchemical supplies. As many as you can find them. Just bring them over to me. I have the bag here. Take whatever you want. Take whatever else you want. We have been given permission.
Griff's eyes gleam in the torchlight, and the three of them like sort of move out and begin digging through things. It's not hard. There's a lot of different things in this warehouse, and there is a thin layer of dust on everything, indicating that this place probably hasn't been opened in a couple weeks, maybe. At some point, Ninai, who has a crowbar, just opens up a crate and says, "Oi!" Sort of like softly, but loud enough.
Quiet. More quiet than that. And then we'll come over with the bag. If you find anything.
And she nods down to the open crate, and it's just filled with sealed potions, as well as other sort of alchemical items. I mean,
yeah.
Not just potions
fine.
and elixirs, but like there are like types of stones, as well as like glow rods or like tinder twigs, just all kinds of things that are relatively like cheap to make, alchemically speaking, and easy to move.
Yeah, that's good. They'll be like just quietly like, well done, and we'll just hold the bag out to Griff. Be like, go fill it up. I will have another look around. And they'll leave them to fill the bag while they go with their own crowbar, open some other crates to try and find some stuff, considering, they're allowed to take whatever they want. Within reason.
Give me a secret perception check. I need to stop reacting to these, but when I... very good.
Okay.
You managed to find a small wooden case that is really easy to use with the crowbar, pop the lock off. And inside you find some more alchemical items, but these seem to have been like set aside for someone's like more personal use. An Everlight crystal, a bottled lightning lesser, a quicksilver mutagen lesser, ghost ink, a elixir of life minor, and an interesting one. And luckily these are all labeled, because what kind of alchemist doesn't label their products?
Yeah.
a small, like, dark blue vial that's labeled Book Thief Brew.
Ooh. Yeah, Lowen takes particular interest in that one. Doesn't know yet what it does, but is excited by the sound of that.
Roll me a crafting check. I think this is also recall knowledge, so it'll be secret.
Oh, I'm not trained in crafting, but I'm going to try.
Yeah, the label is helpful, but more than that, you're gonna have to find someone who knows about these things to really figure that out.
I think he might know someone who knows what they are, because sometimes he steals stuff, and then obviously he has to know the value of it and what it is, so he'll go and find someone later to identify what the thing does.
The doors are wide open, allowing the torchlight from Morris, who's standing guard outside, to filter in, giving enough light for the crew to continue doing their work. And Lowen, as you're sort of taking the contents of this personal little chest into your own backpack, you can see Morris, despite the warmth and humidity of the summer night, shiver a little bit as he looks around the docks.
Yeah, I think Lowen finishes putting stuff in their own bag and then clocks that and looks curiously and then goes to step just outside to check in with him and just be like, "Are you okay?"
Oh, Lowen, yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
You don't sound very sure.
Lowen, I have something I've been needing to tell you.
And that is?
This is gonna be my last job. I'm sorry.
I think they sort of like look surprised, but also curious. Like, why is that? Out of curiosity. I'm not angry with you. I'm just trying to understand. I've put a lot of time and effort in trying to teach you.
And you've taught me a lot, and I'm really appreciative of everything you've taught me, and I'm going to be putting that to really good use. I promise.
Alright, then what is it that you have your eyes on that you want to do now?
It's just, I'm so thankful you've been able to help me feed my family and to teach me a trade, I guess. But I want to do something real, like meaningful. I want to build and make West Crown a better place.
Ambitious, I will say, but I won't squander ambitions. We can have a talk about this later when we're back.
Well, actually, after this I have to run. I have an early start tomorrow.
Start where?
Make me a diplomacy check.
I see. Right, there we
I'm gonna make the DC low because you have worked with Morris for so long.
Well, that's a very low roll. It's a 7, so
You've got 2 hero points for the session.
Oh yeah, let me use a hero point. Not that my track record is amazing with those, but come on.
Yeah, but that was a 2.
Okay, that's better. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. I have an early morning meeting.
With who?
Uh,
Don't be afraid to tell me things. I would not hurt you, you know that one.
I am starting a new job with a priest of Iomade.
Interesting. And why this choice?
Well, it's just that Arael, he has big plans to, like I said, make West Crown a better place. And we've got a great lead on an issue that's been plaguing West Crown, the Rego Crua, for a while, and we're hoping we can do something about it. I hope you don't mind.
Well, I would be sad to see you go, but I understand you're young and you're trying to find out what you want most in life, so I understand it. And I, as always, encourage you to expand your worldview, so If that is what you think you should do, then I won't stop you.
It's not like I'm becoming a priest or anything. No, this is kind of a secular organization. It just happens that Arael is the leader.
Right, well, this is the last night I will see you then.
Oh, I'm sure we might see each other around.
I hope so.
Wait,
Alright, well.
what was that? And Morris looks behind you, and as you turn, you can see slinking around the corner and out of the shadows is a large, at first glance, seems to be just a large dog, but you quickly realize that the black shaggy fur isn't fur, but it's literal shadow dripping from its form. And as it turns to you, its eyes are these literal black pits, and it opens its mouth. Of course, its teeth aren't made of shadow.
Great. I think Lowen clocks that and will sort of push Morris sort of behind him, kind of almost protectively. Yeah, and would immediately try and throw something at it. Some
All
kind
right.
of, unless you wanted to.
Let's roll initiative.
Yeah, let's go. That is 12.
And a 24 for the shadow
Yep.
dog. Okay, let's see what my doggy can do. As soon as Lowen begins to make a move for offensive action, the shadow dog just bounds forward straight up to you, and for its second action attempts to bite at your shins and hits for 22.
Oh
So I will bite
no. Okay.
for 6 points of piercing damage.
Ouch, that's like half my health. So that's off to a great start.
And then for its third action, it will attempt to bite at your shadow that is going underneath. So Morris is behind you, so the torchlight is casting your shadow forward under the shadow dog. And after biting into your shin, it reaches down and attempts to tear away some of your shadow. So I need you to make a fortitude save, hitting that little button in chat.
Oh yeah, fortitude, my best fucking save stat.
Yay!
Okay, that's a 30-20.
30-20, so you take no damage.
Yay.
And now it's your turn.
Lowen's not very happy about this creature biting at him, and that hurt. And especially seeing that it's trying to bite at its shadow, he didn't quite understand what it was doing. Takes a careful step back, and will inhale very deeply, and then exhale almost very loudly, and just this cone of fire just comes out of his mouth, towards the creature, and it has to make a reflex save. That is a success.
25.
Okay.
Yep.
25. Yep. But it still takes half damage. So that is 10 points of fire damage. So it takes 5.
Very nice.
That is my turn.
Morris literally takes a step forward and swings the torch at the shadow beast. Get back, he says, and hits for 20.
Yay! Let's go, Morris. Oh.
And does 1 point of damage.
Well, better than nothing.
And he swings again. He just
Okay.
Just
yeah.
But this next one misses. We come to the... Okay, but now Morris is in trouble because the shadow dog sees him as a target.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start off with a bite against Morris.
Oh no, come on. Miss.
Morris has 15 AC. Okay.
Okay.
He's very...
Same as me.
But with a 16 will hit.
Rolls so well.
And do 5 points of damage. Oh no, Morris is in trouble. Oh shit.
Oh no.
Ah!
Oh no.
So that was the
Okay.
dog's first action. As its second action will, I think, bite again. With a minus. That's a critical miss.
Critical miss. Okay, good.
But
Good,
for its third action, we'll try and bite at Morris's shadow. So, fortitude save. I need Morris to make it. Has a +2. And fails by 12. Okay. That means Morris takes 3 points of damage and is dying.
No. Shit.
And the shadow dog gets 2 temporary hit points. So as the shadow dog reaches, leans down and takes a big chunk out of Morris's shadow, the teenager falls to the ground and begins dying. Lowen, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm For my first action, I will cast Ignition. So, Lowen makes a sort of hand gesture and clicks his fingers, and a around or underneath the shadow duct, the area begins to kind of smolder. I'm gonna use a hero point for that one because that's a miss. Okay, that should be better. Dirty 20, which is a
That
hit.
hits.
5 points fire damage.
Okay. The shadow dog is bloodied now. You have 1 action left.
I can't do anything for Morris right now because I'm not close enough, I think. What I will do is I will use 1 action to cast Shield. So hopefully give myself at least some more protection because I'm assuming it's gonna go after me next. So Lowen moves his hand in a certain way, and this kind of almost like a little flame barrier erupts, and then it's almost like the flame settles, and in sort of little embers dissipates, and there's just this weird orange energy sort of field in front of him, and that sort of just hovers there.
Okay. We go to Morris, who is dying 1.
Yeah.
Let me make a recovery check.
Come on.
He succeeds.
Cool. Good.
So Morris stabilizes, is no longer dying, but instead is just wounded.
Oh no. That boy.
But at least he's not dying. And it is the shadow dog's turn. It's going to step straight up to you for its first action. For its second action, will bite. 17's gonna hit.
Can I use a reaction to use shield block?
Yes, you may.
So it just shields up as it tries to bite, and then the creature, I guess, sort of snaps through it. And Lowen will take a little bit damage, but the shield does dissipate after that.
As the shadow beast barely grazes your knees, I will shadow bite. Nom 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 your shadow.
Fortitude again. Come on. Okay, I succeed.
You take no
The
damage.
19. Yeah.
Lowen. You gotta get us out of here. Morris is in trouble.
Yeah, I know.
If you
I
fall,
know.
you're both gonna die to shadow beasts.
That would be bad. I'm going to because it gets right in front of me. Lowen's gonna do the same thing as he did before again with the ignition spell. So just sort of clicks his fingers, and just the ground underneath the shadow beast starts smoldering, and as it tries and burn it. So I need to
Make it a melee attack. You can do more damage if you hit.
Okay, cool. Let me just cast this again. melee attack.
If it's within your melee reach, you can make it a melee spell attack.
Yeah. That hits.
That hits.
16.
Roll that damage.
So linear damage. Come on. Oh, 34. 4.
Describe your kill.
Yay! Yeah, I think so the ground's sort of smoldering, and I feel like because it's still kind of light and it's a shadow creature, it's almost like it sort of catches on the fact that it's shadow, and it starts eating away at the shadow and engulfing the shadow dog until it just vanishes into the ground. And Lowen quickly goes over to Morris to try and because he's I reckon unconscious still.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll sort of like try and wake him up with. Do I have? No.
You did
I
just
have
get that.
Yes. Yeah, I think he left the. I think Lowen left the bag with stuff like just inside the warehouse, so just will quickly go into the warehouse, look through the stuff, pick out what he would know is an elixir of life. He's seen these before, takes it out, and will just gently kneel down next to Morris and sort of gently lift him a little bit, his head to pour the elixir in his mouth. Let me see, use. And he heals by 6 points.
Very nice. Morris sort of opens his eyes. Oh, shit.
Yeah, shit. You okay now?
He smiles. I'm
It's dead.
great.
Oh, that's the spirit.
Lowen, I
Yeah.
saw her.
So, who?
Iomade. She, was waiting for me.
Well, I hope she waits a little bit longer, because you're not done here on this planet. I'm glad you're good.
At this point, the other three come out and they're like, Nina, the Zobuff woman, is like, stop messing around out here.
They're sort of snapped his head up at her, like, we were attacked.
I can see that. We got everything. It's time to go.
Yes. And Lowen will help Morris up. And we'll just go like, it was a very brave action. You did very well.
Thanks.
Now let's get the hell out of here. Yeah, and I think they just go home. Lowen's obviously wounded still. Like he's like limping because this thing kept biting at his like shins and stuff. So he's like limping as he walks, but he's biting through it.
The crew quickly, or tries to quickly, leave these darkened streets. And they eventually come to one of the main roads that leads completely south through the Krua and the Skripa. All the way down. It is one of the few main roads here that are lit by these great torches. Not just a torch, but a great torch. Sort of these person-sized torches called pirayes that the Datari, the city watch, manage and maintain at night. On some of the main streets, at least, to keep away the shadow beasts. Your group sort of waits and all take turns moving on to the main street separately so it doesn't look super sus when everyone just sort of like pops out of a dark alleyway.
Yeah.
But luckily, in the last few years, the harsh curfew that West Crown has suffered under for the last several decades since the first time these shadow creatures arrived at night has been lifted. The province of Ravenel rebelled successfully a few years ago, and in order to alleviate some of the unhappiness that different parts of Cheliax experience, House of Thrune has, in all of their infernal benevolence, decided to lift some of their heaviest restrictions, which in this case includes the curfew. It actually, as you are sort of walking through alone now, Lowen, limping through some of the crowds in the Skripa, and especially as you move into the Krua, it actually has led to a sort of more exciting nightlife in West Crown. There have been an influx of tourists who are, we could call them better thrill seekers. They think it's fun and exciting to go bar hopping in a town where shadow beasts stalk the streets at night. And that has, at the very least, helped the purses of the local bars and brothels in West Crown. Lowen, where do you live?
Lowen lives in a flat building. I don't think it's a very big building. It might just have above the ground floor, or on the ground floor there's maybe some kind of shop or something, and then there's like 2 layers above that, and he lives in the first floor.
Let me ask you this.
The first floor.
Do you rent or own?
Rent.
Okay.
It's definitely a rental. I think it's maybe rented out by the woman who owns the shop. It's an elderly lady, and Lowen gets on reasonably well with her. She does absolutely not know what Lowen is, but I don't think she cares particularly when he does, as long as he pays the rent. Occasionally Lowen will help her with some things like getting groceries, or if she's really busy or tired or has had a long day or whatever. But yeah, he goes up the stairs to his flat, and it's not a very big flat. I would say like a 1-bedroom kind of flat, but that's all he needs really. It's not like he shares it with anyone.
I have another question. As the camera is scanning this flat, what is the thing that stands out that might make someone guess Lowen had an upbringing that was, shall we say, more noble than expected?
I think if you were to look inside his home, it's very tidy, and a lot of the furniture and stuff is obviously like stuff that he like found for cheap, but he's worked to make it look nice. So like if something needed a repaint, he'll like have repainted it. If something like was damaged, he will try and fix it. But it just looks, even though all the furniture does definitely like is of quite standard quality, he's arranged things in such a way that it looks really nice. And it's just tidy as well.
Okay. So Lowen goes to bed. Maybe wakes up later than usual.
Yeah, a little bit, I think, because of the wounds as well. He would have like tried and cleaned some of it as well before he went to bed, but then decides to sleep in because long night and ouch.
Yeah. Go ahead and go ahead and hit long rest.
Yeah.
And we'll see how much HP Lowen has at the end of that.
I've restored 1 HP, so I've got 6.
6 out of 12. Okay, so people might not see it on your shins and knees, but there are at least 2 different bite marks there that are like slowly, they're still open wounds almost at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they hurt when you get out of bed.
Yeah, I think he'd like make a note to like later, or maybe you'll do that first thing. Go and find a medic somewhere nearby. I reckon maybe he might know someone that does, even if it's kind of a more dubious kind of healing. I think he's just trying to find someone who can have a look at that and maybe help with that.
That's a great point. Okay, a skilled hireling costs 5 silver per day.
Okay. Well, I don't need the whole day, so.
No, but 5 silver for
just a visit.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
That's fair.
So, before you leave, you eat breakfast?
Yeah, I'll make breakfast, and I think he will do his daily spell preparations. So what he does is he has, his spell book is quite simple. It's just this, like, black leather bound book, but it has a, notably in a small emerald sort of like wedged into the cover. And as he opens it, he takes off. He's got a silver ring around just his ring finger, and he'll take it off. And on every page where there's a spell, there is at the bottom, there is a circle with like sigils. It looks a little bit like a typical summoning circle, but it's not a summoning circle. It's just a collection of magical like sigils and stuff. And he'll put the ring on that symbol of the specific spell that he's trying to prepare. And he sort of just sits down and concentrates, and he, with every spell that he prepares, what he essentially does is he completes like 99% of the spell. And so that when he's out in the field or whatever, when he's doing stuff and he needs a spell, that he only has to sort of do that last bit. So the last bit of verbal or like somatic or like material component that will trigger the entire spell. So, and then as he finished that like 99% prep, someone were to look really closely at the ring that's in that little circle, a small like mark appears on the ring. And he does this multiple times for different kind of spells. And then when he's finished, or every time as he does a spell, a new mark appears. And then when he finishes, he puts the ring back around his finger. And all the marks that like to glow like a pale white light. And if you were to look really closely, white light sort of sinks into the ring, to like the inside of the ring and into his finger, into like his arm, and then dissipates. And then the marks on the ring are gone as well. And that's how he's prepared his spells.
Interesting. I'm curious about what kind of spells Lowen is preparing for the day that they think they're gonna have. But we'll find that out at a later point.
Yeah, exactly.
For now, you spend the morning going to medical services.
Yeah, I'm trying to find medical service to get some.
I'm going to use assurance to give you 6 points of healing back.
That's exactly what I needed.
I think you're up to full now. You won't be starting the main campaign at half health.
Yay! That would be something. Right.
And then in the afternoon, you make your way to Vizio's Tavern in Rego Scripa.
Yes, for my appointment.
With a spacious pouch filled to the brim with stolen loot that you're going to return to its owner, who will most likely smuggle it.
Yes. I mean, yeah, only the alchemical supplies. The rest of it, what Lowen found that he gets to keep.
Right. So yes, as Lowen approaches Vizio's Tavern, inside we can see someone waiting for them, and that's where we'll end our session today.
Yeah.
Cool!
Kill. Tumble Through presents Twilight's Edge, a Pathfinder 2nd edition actual play of the Council of Thieves adventure path, converted from Pathfinder 1st edition. Tumble Through uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's fan content policy. Paizo.com/licenses/fan content. Tumble Through is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com.